rock stars, guitars, being a DJ. That led to me working on the #1 comedy of all time. Now I do warm-up and stand-up. I combined comedy and music. It makes me happy. That's why this is the Scott BLUGRIND'S Happy Hour, a talk show about comedy and music. Tonight on Happy Hour, we got Matt Cook from Man with a Plan, the exclusive Friends spinoff you never wanted. Matt joins the lads in the Fab Four. We play the guest test to win money for charity with Ozzy and Dio. Matt shares stories about Matt LeBlanc, Kevin Nealon, sharing the Groundling stage with Kristen, Wiig, and Doctor Who. Let's learn more about Matt Cook. This week on Scott BLUGRIND'S Happy Hour, actor, Groundling, my friend from Man with a Plan. Rock on with Matt Cook. Comedic actor Matt Cook, best known for playing Lowell on the CBS show Man with a Plan. He was also a series regular on Clipped. He's appeared on Will and Grace, Grace and Frankie, Mom, and many other hit shows. Matt has appeared in many short independent films and has a feature-length film called Film Fest coming out soon. Matt is also part of the main company of the Groundlings Theater, one of the world's premier sketch and improv theaters. Take a look at their alumni. Will Ferrell, Kristen, Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, just to name a few. Saturday Night Live would not be the same without the Groundlings. Start. Hey, we're here with Matt Cook. Round of applause for Matt Cook, everybody. Oh, yeah. How you been doing, man? How's the pandemic treating you?
Better than most, I think. I'm doing all right, just hanging out and trying to get stuff done where I can and just making the most of this time at home. So
I remember you just bought a house right before all this started.
Yes, just right before everything went into lockdown. So it gives us plenty of time to get everything situated with the new place.
Yeah, see, there's the positive. You can always find the positive, right? Nothing like getting a cancellation in the middle of a pandemic. It's like, good timing, guys.
It's definitely one to remember. I mean, this season I've been loving all the episodes and it's been so much fun. It's so fun to make them and watching them is really fun. And I was hoping we would get more, but we already got more than most. So you got to count your blessings and make it count.
Yeah. What are you going to miss the most?
Everybody.
Besides the paychecks. Yeah, everybody was a good group, huh?
Yeah, it was so fun. And every year people just got closer and closer and it was more and more fun. And it was strange to have a job where it demanded more of you while at the same time becoming easier.
Right.
Like it was just so lovely. It got even more lovely every time we got to go back, and it was a blast. So I'll miss being there with everybody the most. It feels like somebody closed the clubhouse that was our clubhouse, and we're like, hey, wait a minute, come on, that's where we all hung out, man.
We all hung out. So here's something I wanted to ask you. If you break it down, you had the mentors of almost the last 4 or 5 generations. You had Stacy Keach from the 60s and 70s, all the way to the current. You had Kevin Nealon from the 80s till now, and then King of the 90s, Matt LeBlanc. Can you give me a little something you learned from each one, going from from Keach to Nealon to LeBlanc?
Yeah, I'll try. There was so much from all of those guys. I think watching Stacy, it was just incredible, always. Yes. And he was awesome to watch because his character was so rough and so intimidating. And then between takes, he would giggle. And I think I learned from him just how to really hit a character. Yeah. And how to, and it was fun to watch him take the things that I grew to knew about him and put those into Joe, and then see where the differences are and all that stuff. But Stacy was definitely, he's all time, one of the greats.
And his voice, whatever he said, made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we would be in there and like Tuesday morning doing the table read, just the cast after we'd read the new script, and he would just deliver every time. He just would always crush. And he would always celebrate the other people's lines too. He was just invested every minute, every scene. He was the best. Kevin Nealon, I learned to embrace the madness. Kevin was just the funniest dude and the sweetest dude. And he delighted in making people laugh.
Right.
And he let that take him wherever it needed to go. And that was so fun to watch. And it was so fun to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was usually pretty strong until Nealon started to bust up. And if Nealon started to really enjoy something, I was in trouble because he can't hide it. And I loved that so much that I would start to laugh. And then LeBlanc is just the pro. He's just on top of it. And I told him this, what I took, my favorite thing I learned from working with him was how to take care of everyone on set.
True.
And he set the bar and he set the pace and the tone, and no one could work less hard than he was working. And he worked hard. So it raised everybody's game. And he was kind. So it's like, work hard, be nice to everybody, and make whatever you're doing the best it can be. And that was that's who you want to be on a ship with. That's whoever's captaining the ship, that's who you want behind the wheel. Those guys were all great. And Liza was just so funny and so sharp and dark. Really, really darkly funny.
Out of nowhere.
She was always a surprise, like, knockout hit out of nowhere. And she's the best.
I've worked with Matt LeBlanc 22 years, and my people always ask me, they're like, a lot of people assume he's like Joey. And I always say, he's that friendly, but he's much smarter. What was, of course, being so well aware of Matt, what was the biggest surprise for you once you got to know him?
I was most surprised at how it sounds awful, but how smart he is.
Yeah, exactly.
but all you get is Joey. Yeah. You see friends, you go, oh, he's the knucklehead.
But the nicest knucklehead, right?
But the nicest knucklehead. But you got to be really smart to play stupid, and that's something I think LeBlanc and Lisa Kudrow did
exactly
so well, and it was because they're both so intelligent and so kind in their real lives that all comes through. And but yeah, I didn't know what to expect of Matt, and he was right out the gate from day one, funny and humble and hardworking, and again, everything you could hope.
He has almost like a photographic memory when it comes to scripts.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know his lines. He knows every single detail of the script, whose line, their line, this direction. He's worked with some of the best crews in the world. So a lot of them you got to know. And boy, he just knows his stuff. It's so impressive.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, what's your fave fall?
I don't know. What's your fave fall, Ringo? That's easy. Peace and love and peace and love.
What about you, Georgie boy? I don't believe in numbers.
Not even number 4?
Matt's fave fall. What's your favorite movie?
Ghostbusters, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Die Hard, and The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Who's your favorite actor?
Robin Williams, Bill Murray, Sam Rockwell, and Cate Blanchett.
Who's your favorite cast member on Saturday Night Live?
Kevin Nealon. I'd say Nealon and Farley and Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader.
Who's your favorite rock and roll band?
Foo Fighters, Tame Impala, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Otis Redding.
Tell me what shows you've been binging.
Oh, Man with a Plan. Naked and Afraid. I just can't get enough Naked and Afraid. Last Week Tonight. I don't know if it's a binge if you watch them when they come out every week, but that's something that I'm watching as much as I can. And I recently did binge all of The Wire. I had never seen it.
Which restaurants you been missing?
Mercado, El Coyote, El Compadre, and Toasted and Roasted, which is my favorite coffee shop in the whole city, and it's right next to Groundlings. And they're still doing curbside pickup, and you can get gift cards or coffee drinks or beans to take home and have their delicious coffee at home. Yeah, those are my big 4.
What's your favorite sports team?
New Jersey Devils, the Dodgers and the Lakers, and for my brother, I'll say the Philadelphia Eagles.
What's your favorite video game?
Yes. Metal Gear Solid, probably my all-time favorite. Overwatch, I've never played a game as consistently for as long. It's incredible. I'm so excited for Overwatch 2, but actually scared because Overwatch is so perfect, but I trust them. They'll deliver again. Right now I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone with my friends, which is really fun. And Oddworld Abe's Odyssey was a game that blew my mind as a kid and has a very special place in my heart.
Hey, Matt, what's your favorite tasty munchie?
You know what? Lately, it's just a real good potato chip goes along, like Lay's, just like regular potato chip, not even the ruffle, just like a regular potato chip is great. Pita chip and hummus. Ooh, so good. Baby carrots, love it. And if I'm crazy and if I'm at the grocery store and feeling weak, I'll get a bag of Doritos and be very happy about it.
Well, that was good fun.
I like Ghostbusters.
I like Slimer. I'll take some baby carrots.
I like the Dodgers.
I like the Lake Show. I want El Coyote. Me too.
Well, I want Toasted and Roasted.
Matt's fave fall.
Blue Dinosaur. Blue Dinosaur. Blue Dinosaur.
Gas test!
That's right. It's guest test time with Scotty B. And as always, we got Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy!
Let's win some money for charity. Guest test. All right, it's time for the guest test. We're supporting Mindy Sterling. She's going for Woman of the Year for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. She cares. She's been through it. She's been back, and she's supporting other people. We think that's wonderful. Yep. And we're bringing awareness to it, and Matt's going to win some money. Scott! $1 question. It's a Matt question. Which famous Matt starred in the movie We Bought a Zoo?
Matt Damon?
Let me ask Ronnie James Dio, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
If you can't hear that and you're just seeing me make the faces, Matt, it'll make sense later, kind of.
I can't wait to see the edit. I've got the best of both worlds. It's good.
Matt Damon. No!
All right, here we go. We're going for the $5 question. Here we go. $5. Ooh, look at that Matt LeBlanc picture. You know what? Let's see this. Look at that. Look at that handsome guy right there. In 1991, he appeared on a very famous sitcom. He was in 3 episodes. It was a big deal at the time. What show did he appear in 3 times? 1991.
1991.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah. Can I have a hint? Is that okay?
Yeah, it will give you a too much reverb hint.
Hey!
Was it Married with Children?
It was Married with Children. Dio, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's right. It was Married with Children. And here's a side fact. The producers loved Matt, and he played a character named Vinny Verducci, which sounds like the name of a purse you buy on Broadway in New York, and then you get home, you're like, I got a Versace. Then they're like, look a little closer. It's a Verducci.
Get out of here, funny boy.
But they loved him so much that the character Vinny Verducci appeared in 3 different shows. Married with Children, and then he did 7 episodes of Top of the Heap. And then also Vinny and Bobby, they did 7 episodes. So they really believed in him. And I just learned that researching this, that he was the same character in all 3. Interesting, huh?
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Hey. Look out!
All right, that moves us to the $10 question. It's a Will Ferrell question. One of my favorite groundlings. I wish I could go back when he was there and see him pre-star just to see him crushing it, huh?
Me too.
Here we go. $10 question. In what movie did Will Ferrell play Frank the Tank?
Old School.
Oh, the classic. Dio, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that one worked. Here we go. So let's see. Was that true? Old School, of course. Frank the Tank.
Yes.
We're going streaking. We're going streaking. Oh, I can watch that. I can watch that movie 1,000 times.
Hey, Mom! Can we get some meatloaf? No!
All right, you ready for the $15 question? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Your last name is Cook. It's a cooking question. Hummus. Delicious. What's the main ingredient?
Chickpeas.
Correct. Dio, do you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, a little sensual, Dio. He's feeling it. Chickpeas. It's also the reason why I'm late to everything. Because she chickpeas a lot. I say that's cheesy. Here we go. That takes you to the $20 question. Cheech and Chong. Classic. But one of the Man with the Plan cast members appeared in 2 Cheech and Chong movies. Up in Smoke and Nice Dreams. Who was it? Man with the Plan cast member.
I'm going to say Stacy Keach.
Dio. You know this.
Yeah, yeah.
This is my Cheech and Chong doobie one. That's right. Stacy Keach. Oh, so classic. Yes. If you're tuning in late to the Stacy Keach, he didn't always play the grandpa people. He's played tough guys and funny guys. And Oh, he's the best.
He's incredible.
If you want to IMDb someone and go look at some old movies, go check out Keach, King of the Cool.
Yep.
But now I have a bonus question. You got the $20 for the charity. We're going to the bonus question, something I like to call Groundlings at the Oscars. I was very stoked as a Groundling fan in 2012 to see 5 Groundlings get nominated for Oscars. I was stoked. 2 of them won. You get $1 for each one you name. I'll show the audience the list. You can't see this, but let's see if you got it. Here we go. There's 5 of them.
I know Jim Rash and Nat Faxon won for The Descendants.
Do you know what category?
It was screenplay, right? Best screenplay.
Best adapted screenplay.
Best adapted screenplay, because it was them and Alexander Payne. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My adrenaline is coursing through my brain. But Jim and Nat won, and then the other nominees.
You want a hint?
Sure. Yeah, I think I know, but a hint would help me.
They stand Can you hear the reverb?
I could. That came through, and it is difficult. It is surprisingly difficult because I can hear pieces, but it's a good way to camouflage it. But I heard the word bride, so I'm gonna go with Bridesmaids and say Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo co-wrote it, right?
Mm-hmm. And there's
And
one
then-
more from. I'll give you a hint.
Melissa McCarthy?
Boom, Dio, sing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. You got them, all 5 of them.
Nice.
That was a special year, huh? That's $25. You won it all. But here's the thing. You'd be like, oh, $25. But now here's my challenge. If you're watching this, you could donate to it. LLS.org. Hey, there's so much famous alumni. I'm going to put up a picture. You see these faces right there. We're talking S&L legends. And I want to, with the Will Ferrells and the Kristen Wiggs, I know there's always a lot of benefits or special shows where the alumni come to town. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your favorites who came and just knocked your socks off?
Sure. I mean, all of those people, especially the SNL Groundlings, are huge reasons as to why I even found my way to Groundlings, because I started to find that same thread coming from all of them and going to those double doors on Melrose. And I was like, what is that little place? And it ended up being, my home away from home after many years. But I remember I've done I think 2 shows, maybe 3, with Kristen Wiig. And she is incredible. She's so funny and nice, and the audience goes nuts because they didn't announce that she was going to be in it. She was just dropping in. And then when she came out when they said her name before she came out, the audience was like, oh my God, everybody lost it. And it was so much fun. And she, yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're in those shows with someone that you adore, because I find myself watching even when I'm on stage. I'm like, oh, I got to get back into it, and try to get back in and do it right. And I also, when I was a student, we used to do lottery shows where they would take students that were in the upper level of the school and draw names, and then half the cast would be students and half the cast would be current company or alumni. And it was when Taron Killam had just gotten on SNL. He'd been on SNL for a few seasons, I think. But he was like the special guest that night, and I got to do a show with him while I was still a student. And again, he could not have been cooler, and he was so funny and one of the most incredible song improvisers I've ever seen.
there's always a lot of guest stars who come, who maybe are a reality star or famous for other reasons, who come and join on a Wednesday or a Thursday night at the Groundlings. Who surprised you? And you're like, oh, I don't know what this guy's going to do. And all of a sudden they were just on fire.
I got to do a gas show with David Tennant, and it was so much fun. And he was nervous because he's a screen actor, and he's done amazing things. And he was one of the doctors and in Broadchurch, and he's done so much stuff. And I loved him as Purple Man on Jessica Jones, and I was already a fan of his, so I was a little nervous going in.
Right.
And then when we got there, he was nervous because he hadn't done live comedy in a long time.
Right.
And he could not have been nicer. And then when it was time to do the show, he killed it. He was so funny, and he was so quick and sharp and committed. And we got to do we improvised the Shakespearean scene together. And I was like, oh, this is going to be intense. And then as soon as it started, he decided to play the fool in the Shakespearean tragedy or the comedy, whatever we were doing. I don't remember the scene, but I thought he was going to come in and like just be a dramatic actor, because I've seen his dramatic acting work. And instead he was the most joyous, funniest, like lightest person I've ever seen in a Shakespearean play. And it killed. It was so much fun.
That's a
generous
choice.
He could not have been nicer. Yeah, he was great. But that was one that I was very excited and nervous for, and it went far beyond my wildest expectation.
You can learn a lot about what was on a guy's walls when he was growing up. What posters did you have on your walls?
Oh, yes. Yes, I love this. I had from a very young age all the way through college. I had an old Super Friends cartoon.
Oh, Super Friends
poster. That was awesome.
Like
and
the ABC morning cartoon one?
Yeah, like the old school cartoon. And I remember the Adams sitting on Hawkman's shoulder, and they were all just standing there, all shoulder to shoulder, and it had everybody in it. And I even had it framed in this good, beautiful frame, and I had it in my dorm room all 4 years of college. And I think I had it maybe when I was even in a crib. I had it my whole life. And then I also had I used to collect all the trading cards. I'm a big nerd. I think we've talked about this, but I love all superhero comic books, video games, all that stuff. But one set of cards that I used to collect, they at some point released all of the cards put together in two different posters. Oh, wow. So it was two full-size posters of all these different trading cards from this one series this one year.
What series? Superheroes or DC?
Of superhero. Yeah, it was Marvel. It was Marvel. So I had the Marvel trading card posters and then the Super Friends poster in between them. And then the other ones, I had a Beastie Boys Hello Nasty poster and a Dumb and Dumber poster and Army of Darkness poster and all sorts of stuff.
It explains a lot. See, you learn a lot.
Yeah, and right now I've got Monty. I'm at my desk in our office, and I've got Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I've got a Harpo Marx picture. I've got this great C-3PO portrait that this artist did that I love, that I got from Mondo Tees, which is a website. And then I get Galleries 1988, which is this incredible nerdy art gallery across the street from Groundlings. I've got Monty Python and the Holy Grail picture, and then I've got another Monty Python piece that's the Lumberjack. That's awesome, and it's like this very cartoony thing. And then I've got a Silver Surfer comic book framed, and I've got a Three Amigos picture and a drawing of Superman that one of my favorite artists, Chris Samney, did.
Hey, I've had a blast. Thank you for joining us here. Matt Cook, round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey, man, I look forward to seeing you again on some set, and I wish you all the best with Film Fest. I'll be looking for it. And
thanks, dude.
Send my regards to Rachel, okay?
I will. You guys, you have our love, too. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, man. And, hey, for everybody out there, I want to let you know that we got another Cook. We got Ryan Spencer Cook, who's played with Gene Simmons, with Ace Frehley. He's played all over the country on the high seas, playing all those rock cruises you've heard about. He's been on them all. So we're going to get a really great story of a Kiss fan who lived out his Kiss dream, touring with the Demon and the Space Ace. And then after that, we got my boy, Keith St. John. Remember Keith St. John? He was on Man with the Plan with us.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He worked with us. He came and I played some guitar and he sang some songs that just absolutely crushed it. He's going to be on our show talking about rocking with bands, but he's also switched gears and now he's doing rock and roll face masks with his girl Sherry, who used to design. Remember all those cool outfits he'd always wear?
Yeah.
Always just awesome. And Sherry designed some of them. They've now switched gears. They're doing rock and roll face masks. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they sent me some. We love them. And thank you. Here we go. Thanks again, Matt. We'll see you soon. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please click subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like. If you're watching on Instagram, hit that heart. Come on. We love you back. We'll see you next week on Happy Hour. Now available on Amazon and free to watch on Amazon Prime. It's the Festival Award-winning movie Pinch, featuring my film acting debut. This movie's got love, loss, friendship, and baseball. Play ball. Watch it today.